Alright, today we're going to be doing Bronco. First thing you guys need to do, remove the negative right there for the battery. After you do that, you're going to come inside the Bronco. There's these little clip here for the visor. You need to unscrew it. Here's a little screw. It's a Torx bit screws. So you get that, and let me show you what number you will need. You're gonna need number, where is it? T20 to get this one out, and also the visor. You have the same screw that's holding it. So once you get that out, and then you also do the same thing on the other side, and the handle here, which is right here. Okay, so you guys gonna need to remove all the handles. And then there's this little clips that's inside the handle, and in the handle, see there's this little indent right there where my thumb pointing. You need to get a pick and push in there and pry it, and this little guy will pop out. So you gotta do that, and then once you get all that, you need to, loosen that up a little bit, the pillar there, and same thing on this other side. Just kind of pull it slightly, it'll come out. And over here, there's a nut that's holding it right here. So you got a 7mm nut. So, a bolt. You need to unscrew that, and that will come out. See, pop out. So once that pop out, and then up here, there we go. Let me show you guys this. Here's this little metal clip that's holding this whole entire side pillar cover. There's two of them, one in the front and one back there. So you need to kind of give a good tug or get a screwdriver and pry this little clip thing out, and it should come out. So you do that on the driver's side and the passenger side. Once you remove all that, then you need to remove this panel here, which is that white one, and the corner panel in the back. Once you get all the panels out, and the headliner will slowly come down, and that's all you need to do, that much. Once you get the headliner come down like that, and then see there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the front. There's at least 6 of these. Here, this would be a better picture right here. There's one in the back here too. See that right there I'm pointing? And then that one. All those need to be unbolted because that's what's holding the factory rail. Once you unbolt that, then you could pull the factory rail off, and then put your spider rail through the same hole, but the one that are not being used, you need to fill it with adhesive sealant so the water doesn't leak in there. And that's pretty much about it. And then you put everything back to normal. Right now I don't have the factory rail removed yet, but I will in a second. So I will show you guys after once I remove it. And there's a trim piece which is on the Bronco here that you will be reusing. This trim piece right here, it goes, this one, it goes right back into the car once everything's taken out. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Alright, so this is the factory rail right here. So what you're gonna do next to this factory rail, you need to remove this white tabs. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. Once you remove all the tab, the rail should come off like that. Okay? Once that is out, you're gonna see here's the plastic trim next to it that you need to put. See the trim right? The trim's right here. So you're gonna put this trim back onto the roof channel where you just took the rail off. So you put that back in. There's a stud right here. There's two of them that you're gonna use the factory nut that I showed you guys earlier to take out. So you need to put that back, put the nut back on, and whatever's not covered up, you need to seal it. So I'll show you that next. All right, this is what it looked like with the rail been removed on top of the car, or the Bronco, on both sides. So what I do next is that the holes that are not being used, like this one for example, I put a masking tape underneath it from inside the Bronco, and then I'm going to come back and fill it with this adhesive that I always use to keep it from leaking inside the Bronco. So there's one there, one somewhere on that side, and right about here, and then of course this one. So I'm gonna put the adhesive on there right now to show you guys how much I use. See, it filled in the hole, and then kind of go around it a little bit. Not much, so that's a pretty good size. And do the same thing over here. You see how there's a hole there? If you if you put this adhesive down right away, when it's hot, it drips inside the Bronco, and then it could be very messy later for you. So do that at 4 points. Once all that is done, then you're gonna put that black trim back on, and I think that's where the bolt hole goes. And there's another bolt right here that goes in there. So you need to bolt it all back together. So, all right, here's the trim. Here's the trim. We have the trim that go onto the driver's side. There's this little thing that's sticking out right here. I normally cut that down because I feel that when you go at high speed, this will cut into the wind and create some kind of wind noise. And you can either leave it on or you can take it out. It's on both sides. Here's the other trim and have it too. So it's up to you, but I just gonna get a piece of dike or a snip and get that off. Okay, here's the trim piece laying upside down. We're gonna put it inside the drip rail here, and I'll show you right here. That's why I shave off that little pointy little thin thing. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take it, overlay it, line up the holes. See that? So it goes in like that. The front part, all you need to do is tuck that under the windshield a little, and then press it. You hear it snapped in, and that's it. And you come back, go to the end, right at the end there. There's a double-side foam tape type of thing. Just come back here, just press it down, make it stick, and that's it. Now we're gonna get the spacer, put the sealant in the hole here, on all of them, and then put the spacer on top of it and get the side plate for the rack on there.